Welcome to the Innovative Rehabilitation Training Pre-Application webinar. This pre-recorded informational webinar is designed to provide technical assistance to interested applicants for the Rehabilitation Services Administration's Innovative Rehabilitation Training CFDA number 263 competition. Specifically, this webinar is designed to highlight pertinent information from the notice inviting applications to assist the applicant's understanding of this competition. The recording is designed to supplement the relevant material associated with the competition for which you are applying. Please note that this competition contains an application package, also sometimes called an application kit, that will provide additional information about the program. This recording is in addition to a general pre-application webinar available at the RSA Discretionary Grants page on the NCRTM website where you found this webinar. We invite all prospective applicants to access this recording along with their teams responsible for developing program and financial components of the application. Hello and welcome. This is Mary Lovely. I am the Chief of the Training Programs Unit and Acting Director of the Training and Service Programs Division. I am joined by my colleague, Cassandra Schroffler, the Competition Manager for this competition. This is an on-demand recording to help prepare applicants for the Innovative Rehabilitation Training Program. It will include a detailed overview of the Notice Inviting Applications, or NIA, a brief overview of material contained in the entire application package, and additional information and resources. We will now provide an overview of the Notice Inviting Applications. The Innovative Rehabilitation Training Program is designed to develop new types of training programs for rehabilitation personnel and to demonstrate the effectiveness of these new types of training programs for rehabilitation personnel in providing rehabilitation services to individuals with disabilities, new and improved methods of training rehabilitation personnel so that there may be a more effective delivery of rehabilitation services to individuals with disabilities by designated state rehabilitation agencies and designated state rehabilitation units or other public or nonprofit rehabilitation service agencies or organizations, and new innovative training programs for VR professionals and paraprofessionals to have a 21st century understanding of the evolving labor force and the needs of individuals with disabilities so they can more effectively provide VR services to individuals with disabilities. These are discretionary grants. The estimated available funds for all of the grants we intend to award is $2.7 million. Contingent upon the availability of funds and the quality of applications, we may make additional awards in subsequent years from the list of unfunded applications from this competition. We anticipate the estimated range of awards to be $375,000 to $450,000 each. The maximum award is $450,000 for a single budget period of 12 months. We will not make an award exceeding that amount. We intend to make 6 awards. In FY 2019, including 1 project from each of the 5 identified topic areas and 1 in the field-initiated area. As a result, the Secretary may fund applications out of rank order. These applications will be funded for a period of up to 60 months or 5 years. Under 34 CFR 75.562C, an indirect cost reimbursement on a training grant is limited to the recipient's actual indirect costs as determined by its negotiated indirect cost rate agreement, or 8% of a modified total direct cost base, whichever is less. Indirect costs in excess of the limit may not be charged directly, used to satisfy matching or cost-sharing requirements, or charged to another federal award.
The purpose of this priority is to fund projects designed to develop, pilot, refine, implement, evaluate, and disseminate new or substantially improved innovative rehabilitation training in 6 topic areas to support the work of the state VR agencies and the implementation of the Rehabilitation Act. The 6 topic areas are Area 1, VR counseling. Area 2, VR services to individuals with ASD, autism spectrum disorder. Topic Area 3, VR services to individuals with intellectual disabilities or ID. Career assessments for VR service recipients. Employer engagement in the VR process. And the last topic area, field-initiated project in an area related to VR. Eligible applicants are states and public or private nonprofit agencies and organizations, including Indian tribes and institutions of higher education. For the purpose of this competition, the grantee is required to contribute at least 10% of the total cost of the project under this program. To calculate match, applicants may use the match calculator. The link for the match calculator is located on the screen, and you can hyperlink from the PowerPoint. The Secretary does not, as a general matter, anticipate waiving this requirement in the future. Given the importance of matching funds to the long-term success of the project, eligible entities must identify appropriate matching funds in the proposed budget. The selection criteria include factors such as adequacy of support, including facilities, equipment, supplies, and other resources from the applicant organization or the lead applicant organization, and the relevance and demonstrated commitment of each partner in the proposed project to the implementation success of the project, which may include a consideration of demonstrated matching support.
The department will be able to review grant applications more efficiently if we know the approximate number of applicants that intend to apply. Therefore, we strongly encourage each potential applicant to notify us of their intent to submit an application. To do so, please email the program contact person listed under For Further Information Contact with the subject line, Intent to Apply, and include the applicant's name and a contact person's name and email address. Applicants that do not submit a notice of intent to apply may still apply for funding. Applicants that do submit a notice of intent to apply are not bound to apply or bound by the information provided. For further information on how to submit an application, please refer to the Common Instructions for Applicants to Department of Education Discretionary Grant Programs, published in the Federal Register on February 13, 2019, and available at the link that you see on the PowerPoint presentation in front of you. This contains requirements and information on how to submit an application. This information is also detailed in the general pre-application webinar. The selection criteria for this competition have a maximum score of 100 points and are as follows. The need for the project and relevance to the state federal Rehabilitation Service Program is worth 10 points. The quality of project design is worth 25 points. The quality of project services is worth 25 points. The quality of project personnel is worth 15 points. The adequacy of resources and quality of the management plan is 15 points. And the quality of the project evaluation is worth 10 points. Please review the NIA for the specific items under each of these selection criteria. These are the selection criteria that the reviewers will use to score the application. We remind potential applicants that in reviewing applications in any discretionary grant competition, the Secretary may consider under 34 CFR 75.217D3 the past performance of the applicant in carrying out a previous award, such as the applicant's use of funds, achievement of project objectives, and compliance with grant conditions. The Secretary may also consider whether the applicant failed to submit a timely performance report or submitted a report of unacceptable quality. In addition, in making a competitive grant award, the Secretary requires various assurances, including those applicable to federal civil rights laws that prohibit discrimination in programs or activities receiving federal financial assistance from the Department. Risk assessment and specific conditions are one aspect of a grant award. Consistent with 2 CFR 200.205, before awarding grants under this competition, the Department conducts a review of the risks posed by applicants. Under 2 CFR 3474.10, the Secretary may impose specific conditions and, in appropriate circumstances, high-risk conditions on a grant if the applicant or grantee is not financially stable, has a history of unsatisfactory performance, has a financial or other management system that does not meet the standards in 2 CFR Part 200 Subpart D, has not fulfilled the conditions of a prior grant, or is otherwise not responsible. If your application is successful, we notify your U.S. representatives and U.S. senators and send you a grant award notification, also known as a GAN, G-A-N. Or we may send you an email containing a link to access an electronic version of your GAN. We may notify you informally also. If your application is not evaluated or not selected for funding, we notify you. We identify administrative and national policy requirements in the application package and reference these and other requirements in the applicable regulations section of this notice. We reference the regulations outlining the terms and conditions of an award in the applicable regulations section of this notice and include these and other specific conditions in the GAN. The GAN also incorporates your approved application as part of your binding commitments under the grant.
If you apply for a grant under this competition, you must first ensure that you have in place the necessary processes and systems to comply with the reporting requirements in 2 CFR Part 170, should you receive funding under the competition. This does not apply if you have an exception under 2 CFR 170.110B. At the end of your project period, you must submit a final performance report including financial information as directed by the Secretary. If you receive a multi-year award, you must submit semi-annual and annual performance reports that provide the most current performance and financial expenditure information as directed by the Secretary under 34 CFR 75.118. The Secretary may also require more frequent performance reports under 34 CFR 75.720C. For specific requirements and reporting, please go to ed.gov. The hyperlink is found on this slide. The Government Performance and Results Act of 1993, or GPRA, GPRA, directs federal departments and agencies to improve the effectiveness of programs by engaging in strategic planning, setting outcome-related goals for programs, and measuring program results against those goals. The GPRA measures are as follows. 1, the quality of the training developed as measured by a panel of VR agencies. 2, the relevance of the training developed as measured by a panel of VR agencies. And 3, the usefulness of the training developed as measured by a panel of VR agencies. Grantees are required to report annually to the Rehabilitation Services Administration, or RSA, on these data. In addition to GPRA measures, the following RSA program measures apply to the Innovative Rehabilitation Training Program. Program Measure 1, the number of individuals enrolled in the Innovative Rehabilitation Training Program by cohort during the reporting period. Program Measure 2, the number and percentage of individuals who successfully completed the Innovative Rehabilitation Training Program by cohort during the reporting period. Innovative Rehabilitation Training Program grantees must submit the following quantitative and qualitative data in a semi-annual and annual performance report. Program activities that occur during each fiscal year from October 1st to March 31st, and projected program activities to occur from April 1st to September 30th should be included in the semi-annual performance report. Program activities that occur during years 2 through 5 from October 1st to September 30th should be included in the annual performance report. Annual project progress toward meeting project goals must be posted on the project website or university website.
Individuals with disabilities can obtain the NIA and a copy of the application package in an accessible format upon request to Cassandra Schaffler at the address found on this slide. Her telephone number, should you wish to call, is 202-245-7827, and her email address is cassandra.schaffler@ed.gov. If you use a TDD or TTY, use the Federal Relay Service at 1-800-877-8339. The official version of the NIA is published in the Federal Register at the link shown on this slide. You may also access documents of the department published in the Federal Register by using the article search feature on the Federal Register website shown on this slide. The application narrative, which is part 3 of the application, is where you, the applicant, address the selection criteria that reviewers use to evaluate your application. We recommend that you limit the application narrative to no more than 45 pages and use the following standards. A page is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, one side only, with margins of 1 inch at the top, bottom, and both sides. We recommend you double space no more than 3 lines per vertical inch, all text in the application narrative, including titles, headings, footnotes, quotations, references, captions, text in charts, tables, figures, and graphs. We recommend that you use a font that is either 12-point or larger or no smaller than a 10-pitch size. Pitch means the characters per inch. We recommend that you use either Times New Roman, Courier, Courier New, or Arial fonts. The recommended page limit does not apply to Part 1, the cover sheet, Part 2, the budget section, including the narrative budget section, Part 4, the assurances and certifications, or the one-page abstract, the resumes, the bibliography, or the letters of support. However, the recommended page limit does apply to all of the application narrative.
We will now provide some resources for you to use. If you have not done so already, please be sure to carefully review each document outlined on this slide. Notice inviting applications, common application instructions, application package, see grants.gov. Please remember to carefully read the Dear Applicant letter for important reminders, grants.gov, and grant making at ed.
Consult the NIA to review the program authority and applicable regulations for your specific program. The application deadline is 11:59 and 59 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Remember to access the webinar designed for your specific program. Register early. Grants.gov may take 5 or more business days to complete. Submit early. Don't wait until the last day to submit your application. Grants.gov will put a date and time stamp on your application and then process it after it is fully uploaded. Verify submission was correct. Verify that grants.gov received your submission on time and that it was validated successfully. I would like to recognize and thank Cassandra Schaffler, the competition manager for this grant. Cassandra was also instrumental in preparing this presentation. If you have questions related to this competition, please put them in writing and submit them via email. This will allow Cassandra to maintain a record of all of the questions and responses so that they can be shared with all prospective applicants through the blog we will be using. Cassandra may be reached at the address shown on this slide. If you use a telecommunications device for the deaf or a text telephone, call the Federal Relay Service toll-free at 1-800-877-8339 to contact Cassandra. Thank you.